Mikhail.
Yeah, for the Sudurpachim Royals, they're very happy with their plans of batting first, because on both occasions they won defending first by 29 runs, then by 18 runs as well. It just goes to show that they've settled into that template. The top heavy has been tested. The middle order of Sudurpachim Royals is still to get tested. You have Brown, Binod Bhandari and Chris Lynn amongst runs here.
Well, yes, Chris Lynn, he's got so much of experience. He's just getting game time out there in the middle. But the skipper, Dipendra Singh Airi, he will be the linchpin. He needs to get into form because he can play that pivotal role if wickets fall early or come and do real damage in the latter half of the innings, Mikhail.
Yeah, he did get a 39 odd in that first outing of theirs where they managed to get 147 and they defended under lights as well. You spoke about Chris Lynn. What was really nice to see the other night was that he was middling the ball really well. He got 31 and 13 deliveries and a strike rate of 238, Fazal.
Yeah, that's critical. You mentioned the strike rate, Mikhail. But just to take a look at the way he come and flayed them to all parts of the ground. And he will need to come good again this evening. Pitch not the same, but I'm sure he's got the experience to come out there and do it for his team.
Yeah, you take a look at the Sudurpachim Royals as a team. They have all bases covered. Good to see Josh Brown coming into form. Scott Kugelheim with the ball has been impressive. 2 for 18 in the first, 1 for 33 in the second. Harmeet Singh, you keep talking about him as well.
Well, I really like what I'm seeing in Harmeet Singh. Most of the bowlers we've seen undercut the ball, so they're not going to get too much spin. But with Harmeet Singh, there's overspin on the ball. So when it pitches, not only does it pitch and turn, but he'll also get a substantial amount of bounce. Just take a look at that. Take a look at the way he delivers the ball. It's nice and high, and he's got good overspin on the ball. He doesn't really cut the ball where it comes in, and there will be no spin. So I'm really looking at him as the bowler, and batting will be absolutely, his forte as well. He hits the long ball.
Yeah, we keep talking about the overseas recruits, but Sudurpachim Royals have some impressive local players. Ishan Pandey still to fire with the bat. Naren Saul is a very talented left-arm spin on the side. And then you have Hemant Dhami, who generated good pace and bounces as well. He's got 3 wickets in 2 games.
Well, we've seen the premium on left-arm spin, Mikhail. So the left-arm spinners will really play a key role as we go into the tournament, especially now in the second week, because we're seeing the wickets getting a little tired, a lot of scruff marks. So the left-arm spinner in particular will play a pivotal role in the tournament.
All right, but they're up against a side that has just created some records. They won that previous outing against the Lumbini Lions by 9 wickets and 46 balls to spare. And courtesy that first century of NPL Season 2 from the bat of Mark Watt, who ended up being Mark Wow. That's the kind of batting effort he put. That'll certainly make a good moment for NPL Season 2, but certainly instill a lot of belief and hope now in the Karnali Yaks to go down there and get some runs and get some good wins under their belt after that first loss.
Yes, we were surprised that he came out early and batted, but how wrong were we? He came out there and flayed the ball into all parts of the ground. The good thing is he was trying to hit the ball straight, and when he was hitting across the line, he was certain where he wanted to hit the ball, picked his spots, and he hit the ball in those areas. That was the heartening thing to see. You need to be having a lot of plans, Mikhail, and their plans worked for them.
Yeah, in the first game, Mark Watt came in at number 3, but in the second game, he was promoted as an opener. And as an opener, he hammered 12 sixes, 6-4, that a strike rate of 259. Now, that's something that's really whirlwind and a hurricane-like knock. But good to see William Basisto, the impact that he's been making in the field. Spectacular catch. 2 good catches in the field. Just rub on to the batting side of it as well. And he grew in confidence and he got good 29 runs as well with the bat in that last outing. Near perfect performance for the Karnali Yaks.
Well, yes, I mean, Basisto, we saw him take that magnificent catch. I think that's the catch of the season so far, and it would probably remain the catch of the season because just take a look at that catch. He was, parallel to the ground at one stage. I mean, unbelievable effort this. And you need pieces of brilliance like this when you're playing a tournament. A T20 tournament, that's his second catch. I mean, it was so nice to see the commitment levels of the professionals who have come out here. Augurs well for Nepal cricket and the youngsters in particular.
Yeah, William Basisto came out to bat at number 3 in that last game, and they did really well, chasing down with 9 wickets in hand. But we keep talking about the local talent. I was really impressed with Bipin Sharma, the left-arm spinner, Yuvraj Khatri, the leg spinner as well. Make no mistake, there's Pawan Saraf with the bat who will entertain us, and so is Gulshan Jha's all-round ability. Another side that's slowly finding its traps.
Well, certainly Yuvraj, the leg spinner, a lot of teams will be waiting and seeing how he performs. And I'm telling you what, he's got a future and a half. If he can just keep his head on his shoulders, do the basics right, and keep it honest, I think he's got a real good future.
Yeah, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds making a splash in NPL Season 2, and that's what we come forward to as well. The points table is getting interesting, but still early days. Fazal?
Well, just take a look at that. The Viratnagar Kings, 3 played, 3 wins. But Sudurpachim Royals, they're playing the 3rd game today. They've won their games, but the real problem is down at 7 and 8. The Pokhara Avengers will need to really come good now, and the Janakpur Bolts, the defending champions, they are really staring down the barrel here. They need to really come good in the tournament, especially in this big second week.
As always, we get to that stage in the show where we get into prediction time as well. As the team gets into the huddle, I'll be asking Fazal to pick his team this evening between the Yaks and the Royals.
Miguel, I really like the way the Yaks are playing, but Sudurpachim Royals seem to be the better team on paper.
You can hear the roar. That's because the Empires have made their way to the middle, and this means we're all set for action, and the first ball to be bowled as well. A confirmation, Sompal Kami and boys, the Karnali Yaks have won the toss, and they've decided to bowl first in game number 10. Fazal, as always, thank you for your company. Enjoyed having you over here.
Thank you very much.
And the voices that you'll be now hearing in the comm box is that of Andrew Leonard and HT Ackerman. Over to you, gents.
Thanks, gents. Well, whilst I have a little bit of interest in Fazal's prediction, really I've only interest in one man's prediction, because we've got a running tally. I think he's trying to claim it's 8-1 at the moment. I think it's a bit more like 6-3, but you're certainly ahead, I'll give you that, HT. Who are you going for here, blue or yellow?
I was about to say what's in your picture, but that would really be covering all the bases. Now I'm going to go with the yellow. I'm going to go with the Royals. I know that they're batting first, and that's not the favoured decision or the favoured option for any team, but they've won both their games batting first, strange enough. I know that if Dipendra Singh Eri does happen to get on the correct side of the coin flip, he will chase, because it's this thing that they did like to do last year, but I'm still favouring the men in yellow. So unfortunately for you, you don't have a choice. You got the Yaks.
Well, there are the rules that I signed up for, HT. I'm used to it. Binod Bhandari will open things up with that MS Dhoni-like-esque keeper batter, number 7 on the back in yellow, with all the shades of the Chennai Super Kings. And then he will open the batting alongside a young cricketer still, because he's young in terms of his journey into the professional game, with the most fascinating background story. There he is, Josh Brown from Brisbane. I was talking to him in my end of day wrap the other day. I was telling you this off air, HT. Incredible story. Was playing a thing called warehouse cricket, which isn't even at the level of indoor cricket, which is quite keenly competed upon down in Australia. Someone saw him hitting the ball in warehouse cricket and said, why don't you play a bit of grade cricket? He started out in the Northern District's 5th 11, and within 3 years he's made it through up to the Big Bash, and of course that big century he made in that has catapulted him into franchise leagues like this around the world. Sompal Kami, as always, is going to take the new ball. Interesting to see how much spin they bowl, having watched what happened in the first game of the day. We feel this pitch is going to be a little bit slow, and it might be difficult to score upon. Here comes the countdown. There's already a phenomenal atmosphere in the ground as the Sudurpachim Royals come back into action. They've only lost 2 games in their MPL history. No doubt they're the favourites, but the Yaks, the talk of the town, thanks to that Mark Watt century, will be looking to upset the odds in this Far West derby. We're all set for play. Let's go. Got him! Oh, first ball! And they can't catch Kami right now. Look at the smile, as broad as the sun. It's definitely kept a bit low. Brown likes to hit into the leg side, and for the second time in 3 innings here in the MPL, he's gone for a duck.
Yeah, well, it keeps a little bit low, but he plays all around it, really. It's at the top of off stump, and that is the perfect start for the Yaks. Well, Josh Brown goes without scoring. He's gesticulating that it's swung away, seam back. That is some delivery. 0 for 1.
Australian replaces the other. Chris Lynn to the crease. Wraps him on the pad. Some in the crowd are appealing to the rafters, but that one's missing leg. What a start, a dream start for the Karnali Yaks, led by their captain, Sampal Kami.
Let's have a look at the movement here. No, I'm not sure that swung away and seamed back. I think it's just skiddy. His bat sort of comes from mid-wicket and gets nowhere near, not mid-wicket, excuse me, gully, but gets nowhere near the line of the actual ball. Well.
Oh, how's this one missed? It's almost an action replay. This may well have shaved the off stump.
I wouldn't be getting caught in the crease here. If I was Chris Lynn, I'd be getting down the wicket, playing forward. See, the feet are nowhere. Sampal Kami whacks it in back of a length, but he's just getting the ball to skid on about stump height. Maybe just a yard outside the crease and look to get forward. Look to hit Sampal Kami back past him.
Archie did well there, the keeper too. Oh, excellent. Such a good athlete, Sampal Kami. Keeps himself as fit as a fiddle. Really leading from the front in this first over with the ball in hand and now in the field too.
If the first few deliveries are any indication, and the previous game is any indication, maybe Faz is right that 160 is a little too much, and maybe a 145, 150 is defendable.
This is such a good over, isn't it? Immaculate lines and lengths. Remember what trouble the Royals were in that first game? Their first game of the season, that is match number 4. They were 27 for 4. They were also 72 for 6. And then Harmeet Singh found a willing ally in Dipendra Singh Airi. And from nowhere, he exploded with the second fastest 50 in the history of the Nepal Premier League. It got them up to 147. And it ended up being far too many for the Kathmandu Gorkhas, who came up short by 29 runs. It's a wicket maiden to get things going, and listen to the reaction. None for one. There's the two sides, both unchanged, and no real surprise because they both won their last match. Brown is already back in the hutch. You're going to have to rely upon the likes of Chris Lynn and the skipper, Dipendra Singh Airi, to rebuild things. Arif Sheikh needs to start to show his value too for the men in yellow, as Nandan Yadav will open things up. It's been fascinating, hasn't it? The different approaches of the three captains we've seen rotate their bowlers so far today. The first game, the first innings, we saw 16 consecutive overs of spin. But both Lamachani and Kami have seen it differently and have opened with pace from both ends.
You've also got to have the ammunition. You know, you've got to have the amount of spinners. The Bolts had 5 spinners in their team. You know, so there's that luxury that you know that you can bowl them in the middle overs because you've got enough. Some of the other teams may feel, well, look, we've only got 2 frontliners or 3. We need to use them in the middle overs. So let's just try and get the best of what we can with our seamers while the ball's still new.
Nicely played, finds the gap and will find the first runs in the shape of the first boundary. Conventional Initial cricket strokes, not a bad way to go when the surface is difficult. And this is a good back foot punch for 4.
Yeah, not an awful gap between the man at backward point and at cover. Does well to find that hole between the two of them. Now an extra fielder comes in to the covers. Slip goes out. I don't mind that either, because I don't know if the ball can get to slip. It's not bouncing.
Just different kinds of actions, aren't they? Sampal Kami, who's so much lower with his arm angle compared. You can see with that look at his action as to why Stuart Law likes him, the Australian head coach of the national side. Everything is bowled into the surface. So as a consequence, there is a bit more pace and bounce for Bandari and Lynn to work with. I think if he bowls one there to Lynn, Lynn may well take him on. A very good slower ball as well. It's one of the main reasons he's forced his way into that international reckoning. It's one of the big gifts that the Nepal Premier League has given the nation from a cricketing perspective too, not just the hype and the flair and the festival atmosphere, but it's given players like Nandan Yadav a reason to come home, a reason to come back from Australia to try their chance and be a full-time cricketer.
I do think that's better from Lynn, trying to get onto that front foot, hit the ball in front of him, and if they choose to whack it halfway down, there's not enough pace in the surface that's going to worry Chris Lynn. He'll still be able to bounce off that front foot and whack it over square leg. But the last thing you want to be doing is playing back here, getting caught in the crease.
Just one final Australian note for the over as well. I just met a fan in the crowd who's flown in from Brisbane for 2 weeks to come to every game he could. He's got 10 consecutive days of tickets. There is a bit of bounce there again from Yadav. Well bowled. Just the 6 from the over. 6 for 1. Well, the sun just peeping behind. I think looking out that way, that might be the Chandragiri Hills there. I know you don't have the greatest head for heights, do you, HT? But got to get you up that cable car, up the Chandragiri Hills. You get the full look over the valley and up towards the mountains.
Going up the staircase of a double-story house gives me the shakes. So I'm not quite sure that would be my cup of tea.
State-of-the-art cable car, one of the best in the world is what they've called it. The engineers have come in.
I am from Cape Town, where there's a cable car.
Finds the gap and will find 4. It's trademark Chris Lynn. Not quite sure why Cammy's gone to that length when having such success a little fuller, but Lynn responds in kind, just as you were describing in the previous over.
Yeah, he's not going to be afraid of this sort of length. I'm sure Cammy is trying to find the same delivery that he got to Brown, which was almost the back of a backhand delivery hitting the top of off stump where most batters would think it would come around. Waist high, stomach height. But Lynn now sort of getting a feel of it, isn't he? Just looking to get forward.
Into the slots, and Lynn does enough. Mark Watt for half a moment was interested, but Lynn just has that power and has that quality to get it up and over mid-off.
Well, everyone was jumping here. Watt briefly jumped. Lynn jumps. Oh, and I think Sampol Kami even has a little jump.
And collectively, they've forced it by sheer will of nature, just up and over the head. Great reaction. It's all around. Oh, says Chris Lynn. Another. Saying it's going to change him as a person, but it might change the scale of opportunities that he will get going forward. Could not believe he wasn't signed in season one. It made no sense whatsoever to me, given his caliber and his quality of left arm spin. But the surprise factor for you and I was the quality of that innings the other day.
So what will happen once it gets the ICC tick? Now you can have as many test playing players as you want. Does that limit the opportunities? Does that limit the opportunities for the associate players, or do you still say, hang on a second, there might have to be some restrictions to overseas players or limit over the test playing nations?
I was talking to Gerard Erasmus about this the other evening, that Saturday night when we went in to watch the Ireland-South Africa rugby together. We had a great crowd, talking cricket, talking rugby, talking life. It's what these kind of get-togethers are all about. And what Gerard was saying was that he feels that the leading associate players, the very, very best ones, actually have got quite a lot of value now for a lot of franchise tournaments, because they don't quite play the same volume of cricket as some of the full member nations. As a consequence, they can be available, let's say, for the full 4 weeks, the full festival here in the Himalayas. Good diving stop and extra cover. And also, you've got to remember, in this league and in the ILT20, there is baked into it a dedicated associate spot for each of the 8 teams. Now, I think a lot of teams will end up taking more than one associate. And what you're talking about there, just to explain it to viewers back home, right now there's a limitation of 4 full member players who have played internationally in the last 2 years. Across the entire league. The talk is next year that will go. But I wouldn't expect it to change things too much. I do think we'll probably see, obviously, hopefully, a lot more current full member internationals, but still think the league will keep its associate feel. It's almost, in some ways, the associate Premier League, isn't it? Particularly when you see the scale of interest in the competition and the fan fervour. It's great to see, very heartening. Just 3 runs from Watts first, 21 for 1. seat to be got for Love Nor Money. A reminder that, well, if you can get on and get a ticket for this week, you've done well, because I've been told it's completely sold out. But the week after, find a way to get onto that Calty app, download it, and get your tickets so you can experience this in person. Here's the youngster. He was one of the breakout players of season 1, and he started season 2 nicely. Spent about 5 minutes just watching him bowl in the warm-ups, HD. And one of the things I was so struck by is the strength of his action. Can't remember a left-arm spinner I've seen that comes that high up into their bound. It's almost a little bit old school, but it seems to be very effective for the young man.
Next time.
The coaches will call this the bound. It used to be the gather, didn't it? It's the bound now. But he's very, very effective in terms of his accuracy as well. I like his action. Just have a look at how high he gets there.
I think it can be assisted by trying to get over his front leg. I'm not necessarily disagreeing, because I'm certainly no expert when it comes to left arm orthodox, but I think that high bound limits him from getting over his front leg. I think he lands and he collapses and he bowls the ball from quite low. And I think it can be assisted by trying to get over his front leg.
Oh, this is close, but is there bat involved? No, there's not. Bandari takes a decision and simply trudges off. If there's no bat, it's surely going to go on and cannon into the stumps. And Bipin strikes in his first over. Spin works again. No turn at all. Just skids on.
Yeah, flat, quick, and out.
And isn't he pumped up and delighted with that? Ever since he started in this Nepal Premier League, the teenager just keeps taking wickets. Gone for 11. 23 off. 23 for 2. National squad. He's a much better ODI player, there's no doubt about that. Very composed cricketer. He's got great ODI numbers, but he needs to show his wares in the shorter format to have any chance of getting into the mix for India.
Well, his job here is to get Lynn on strike. Not now, because there's only one delivery remaining. But Lynn's the threat.
Single to close out the 5th. 24 for 2. Two early wickets, both openers back in the hutch. Yeah, the reason why there was no complaints from Binod Bandari about that LBW decision, it was a very good one. There was a couple of noises, but it was pad onto back pad. Mark Watt's going to continue. The trial by spin will continue.
Lovely ball, Mark.
You would have made the Royals big favourites coming into today's contest, given their recent pedigree. But it feels like a big toss to win. Pressure is building up as the sequence of dots is not being broken, and despite Chris Lynn being at the crease now 17 balls without a boundary, But a bit of a shift in the commentary box. Fazil Khalil has come and joined me. Fazil, certainly has been a strong start for the Yaks. What I heard you say in the pre-game show was that they probably don't need 160 that Dipender Singh Airi wants, given the surface we're on this afternoon.
It's certainly not that kind of surface where you can get 160. If you can get 160, you perhaps can get 180. But this is more a 145, 150 wicket, in my opinion. And with the way they've started, the Royals, it seems that way as well. We're just inside that power play. And with the spinners in operation, Lenny, they are finding it a little difficult to get it off the square.
And a reminder for those, as we just look at this LBW again, I think it's a clever piece of bowling. Me and HT Ackerman were analysing the young man's action. Great diving stop. Cammy has really led from the front. That's 3 runs saved. A reminder for those just tuning in, the Kings defended 135 on the same pitch in the afternoon game. How good is Cammy here?
Oh, brilliant. He saved at least 3 runs, maybe a couple. Definitely a great piece of up the single, because there's a lot of side spin on the ball from the left arm spinner, and there's no overspin as I was talking about in the pre-show. You'll see Harmeet Singh with a bit of overspin, which will get the ball to not only turn but bounce as well. Once you start undercutting the ball, then it does come in and it will never go away.
Yeah, I think the point that HT was making to me just in his previous over was that as batters get to face Bippin more and more, they'll probably play him a bit like a seamer and get more and more used to him. But certainly I wouldn't want to change his method at all right now, because it's so effective for a kid who's, 17 years of age still. Incredibly accurate. It's causing all sorts of problems.
Well, I agree with you when you say you don't want to change the natural gift that the bowler has. But if you want to change anything, this is the age to do it. At 16, 17, perhaps 18. And after that, nothing can change. Bumrah is a case in point.
Look at that run rate, just a fraction over 4 runs per over. They're going to need Chris Lynn to get going as Arif Sheikh has started slowly again. 30 for 2. Sight that is stunning. We're up in the land of the gods here. Simply sensational scene. Not too many more beautiful cricket grounds in the world than this one. As we see Rispin come in and immediately be dispatched down the ground. One bounce. Quite the greeting from Arif Sheikh to Yuvraj Khatri.
Well, absolutely as stunning as that little sunset piece that we saw. Arif Sheikh. The good part was he was always looking to hit the ball straight. There it is. He loaded up well, down on one knee. He wasn't proposing, but he still gets down on one knee and gets the boundary that he was so looking forward to. 34 for 2. What a beautiful view of the Chandragiri Hills, as they're called.
Higher.
As he worked into the leg side, Sheikh wants the second, Lynn doesn't. We're still yet to see batters use their feet against the spinners today. Why is that? Why have players been staying so deep in this crease on what's a difficult pitch?
You make such a valid point. Such a point you make that a good batsman should always use his feet and come down to smother the ball. Not that occasion. You can drop back, misfield there. We saw the left-arm spinners toss the ball up in the earlier games, and we didn't see one batsman who came down and tried to dominate the bowler by using his feet. You make a really good point. That's the way to play spin bowling. Use your feet.
In fact, the only time I remember a batter using their feet at all today was to the seamers. Now, I know the keeper's up to the stumps. I know technically you're bringing stumps into the game. But we haven't seen that much side spin today. We tended to see just slightly lower bounce, but because the batters haven't been using their feet, it's just allowing particularly the finger spinners who are more accurate just to get into their rhythm and bowl and bowl and bowl away.
Yes, we didn't see too much of turn from the finger spinners, understandably so. This pitch has had a 1 day's rest before we get into the second week. But this boy on the screen, Yuvraj, should be able to get a little bit of turn, if any, because being a wrist spinner, he'll get the maximum purchase off the deck.
Picked up into the leg side. There is a fielder right there. It's not the greatest delivery. Look at the celebration. He's got the shoe off and he's dialing a phone number. The teenager, unbelievable stuff. He is pumped up. Get that boot back on, Yuvraj. He's taken the biggest wicket of his young career. That of Chris Lynn. No one will remember how it's come. It's got his way.
Well, they're just not coming on to the bat and keeping a trifle low. Straight down the throat of Bosisto. Just take a look at that. That's a celebration and a half, isn't it? All these kids have their own way of doing things, and I really like a very ingenious way of doing it. Chris Lynn will depart after flattering to deceive. 18 of 20, 39 for 3 and 8.
Left-hander to the crease, the good doctor himself, Ishan Pandey. I think he's a very talented young man, very bright young man as well. A little bit like Arif Sheikh, though. He's a bit more suited probably to the 50-over format. So they're going to hold Dipendra Singh Airi back to try and get that left-hand, right-hand combo going. Jagat Tamata always has flexibility in every order he sets. Iconic Nepali cricket coach. This is just deflected round the corner. Should be time for a couple. He'll get back comfortably despite Nandan Yadav's throw. End of the 8th, it's 41 for 3. India batters struggling again for the 3rd consecutive innings. Feels like a different sort of surface that we've seen throughout the first week, where we saw plenty of high scores. Today has been a grind. It's been attritional stuff for anyone who's been out there. As Will Basisto, as we thought, will come in to bowl his off breaks. This field will allow the boundary. Yadav gets down but can't get anything behind it, and Arif Sheikh gets his trademark sweep out for 4.
Well, really poor fielding this. He should have stopped that. Should have been no run. There it is. It was hit fiercely. Just awkwardly bouncing in front of the fielder. And 4 bonus runs for Arif.
Always love the passion and fervour on show here, not just from the fans but the players too. Now, what about this from the youngster? Wasn't the greatest delivery, but it's done enough to deceive Chris Lynn. Well held by Basisto. He can't believe what he's done. And now look at this, off comes the shoe. Tabraiz Shamsi, eat your heart out, calling home, Mum, Dad, I've got the big one, I've got Chris Lynn.
It's just got that innocence about him, isn't it? Just take a look at Will Basisto. 9 wickets, 6 for 28. His best.
Sure you remember the Dill scoop as the single is taken on. This is close. I think Karnali think as though they might have their man. He's always had a good arm, Nandan Yadav. Direct hit was definitely gone. Even without it, it's going to be close. Gulshan Jha says that one's out.
Well, I think it was very close as well. Let's take a look at that. In brilliant position here, both the bowler and the umpire. He's gone. He's gone for all money. Durganath Subedi. I like the way he was in front of the stumps, collected it in front and hastened it onto the stumps. Brilliant by Basisto, and the umpire too was in a very good position. Nandan Yadav got the throw in well. Dr. Pandey, see you later. He's gone for 2. Now in serious trouble at 46 for 4.
Here comes the skipper, Tiger himself, with his team in trouble, not for the first time this season. He's got a prolific record here in this competition, striking at a run and a half per ball and pushing up towards 300 runs in his history. And we'll need the captain at his best again, because he's been brought to the crease due to a... I'm not quite sure what the thinking was with the run out. We saw Ishan Pandey talking to Arif Sheikh as he walked off. Whose call was this?
Well, irrespective of whose call it was a brilliant piece of fielding. Great take by Basisto, the umpire in position. Top-class cricket. And I like this picture. I really do, Andrew, because it shows how unified they are as a team. really happy for each other's success.
Ball play, go! Let's celebrate a single, don't move!
Really nice celebrations. Nice to see them happy with each other. Be happy with each other's success.
Gully, 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 gully!
Just going to be the single. Always a bit of chaos when Irie gets to the crease. That's the end of the over. It's 47 for 4. So impressed by Gayanendra Malla. Everything he has done since he retired from cricket has been leading towards this moment. It's another thing that's so brilliant about this Nepal Premier League, the coaching opportunities, not just for the overseas coaches. Fantastic diving stop from Cam. He can't prevent the single. He's come in as the assistant coach now to Stuart Law for the national team, and he is so calm and composed. See him there deep in discussion with Max O'Dowd.
Just take a look at the involvement by them. That's the key. The involvement, the commitment. A good player for Nepal in his day. 48 for 4, 49 for 4. I'm really impressed with the young leggy 1 for 13 in the second over. Has them guessing if he can get the big man out here, the Tiger.
Yeah, it's funny as well for a young leg spinner because it's the most difficult art. I obviously know it so well myself. And what you might feel might be a good delivery in terms of exactly where you're trying to land on a line and length. On a surface like today, it might not be where you actually want to bowl. That's better. Bowling it into the surface is more difficult. So you might think it's a short ball. You might not think it's as good in terms of what you practice all the time in the nets. But actually, that's why Chris Lynn holed out to the deep. It got stuck in the surface. It didn't come on in the way in which he expected it to. And that's why he's got that moment he'll never forget.
Well, I completely agree with you. You don't want to be full. You don't want to be short. You want to be
Mark Watt will be taking on the left arm spinners. Gets us to the end of the 10th over. Gets us to the halfway stage, and it's time for the expert education strategic timeout. The score is 52 for 4.
a match playing out. The Yaks have certainly found the rhythm. Good toss to win on the back foot are the Sudurpachim Royals. Very good evening, HT Ackman.
Mikel, well, it depends if you're a fan of the Yaks or a fan of the Royals, what sort of an evening it is. Because they're in a real spot of bother. 53 for 4 after 10. Yes, the pitch is not playing as well as it has over the last few days. It's keeping a little bit low. It's a little bit slow. So there's work to be done for the men in yellow.
Yeah, this is what you come for. Two young spinners, a 17-year-old and 18-year-old. Between Bipin and Yuvraj, and the 4 overs between them have taken 2 big wickets and conceded only 22 runs. Not the best time to be in the yellow camp at the moment. There's a lot of quality left in this batting lineup. And they'll keep running as long as Iris. They'll always push for the second and keep the fielders on their toes.
And Arif needs to be really aware of that. I'm sure he will. He knows Dipendra Singh very well, but he turns 1s into 2s, 2s into 3s. I wouldn't be surprised if he could run 4 on this small ground.
+1 the HT. Just goes to show how difficult run scoring has been, just like how it was in the afternoon. Only 5 4s in the first 10 overs.
Yeah, it's just keeping a little bit on the low side now. You know, there's a lack of pace. Players want the ball coming on. The pitch has been magnificent for the first week. Maybe, just maybe, the 3 that have been used now, we've had some lovely days. They're just getting, I suppose you term it, a little bit tired.
They had a break day last evening, HT. Thought I'd remind you about that.
Yeah, we did, but the pitch probably didn't.
All right then. Yeah, he's been trying that shot. Just drifting down leg. Bipin will have to find that length and line early now.
Yeah, very difficult for the curator to get moisture into the surface. And they almost give it a sprinkle because there's no real heat around it. The sun's out, but it's still quite cool. So they can't sort of flood the wicket, can they? I've got a sneaky feeling we'll be moving to the unused ones pretty soon.
Yeah, you spoke about the first week. We saw it all. 200 plus, 190 plus, 147 being defended. We saw a century as well. Today we almost saw a 5-4 from Sandeep Lamichhane. Yeah, good over. 7 coming off at 60 for 4. Been right on top of his game this evening, not just as a bowler but captain as well. Great changes, as many as 6 bowlers used. The projected score, they go at 11, they'll get to 160, but the spinners are calling the shots this evening. Good call, good running. Just let's get some perspective from the Yaks camp. Jess Crow standing by, Deepak Dumre alongside her.
That's right, I'm joined here on the boundary side by Deepak Dumre. Deepak, the team have taken 4 wickets so far. What have you made of the performance?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. The way what we want to start is doing great. We want to take more little wickets.
Excellent. And the crowd here tonight is electric. What's it like seeing these guys come out in numbers?
Always a pleasure to see all of them. They always there to support their teams. That's pretty good to see.
Excellent. And now sharing the dressing room with their big name international overseas signings. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, first I would like to thank Ken and officials, NPL, for giving us a great opportunity. We are very thankful for this opportunity. Yeah.
We got to say, perfect. And now playing in the Under-19 World Cup in 2023 then, how does that prepare 23 then? How does that prepare you for a huge event like this? Lots of cheering going on.
What?
We'll come back after the cheering. There we go. So how did the World Cup, prepare you for an event like this?
Yeah, first Under-19, we have
That's okay. That's okay. All good. Well, go well to say. I hope the team do very well, and thank you very much for chatting to me. Thank you. Back to Cobbs.
Thank you very much, Jess. That was a very fine little chat with a very young and a promising cricketer from Nepal, Deepak Dumre. He'll have a role to play later on for the Yaks. And what a four from the bat of Arif Sheikh for the previous delivery. Proper cricketing shot.
Lovely, Ewing.
It was beautifully controlled, wasn't it? Got on top of the bounce. Just a lovely sweep stroke.
Irie takes off and finds the cow corner region. The first 6 of the innings for the Royals, and it comes from the bat of their captain. What a way to end over. Number 12, 13 coming off it. It's 73 for 4. If you have a chance to download the official OTT streaming platform app, and that's Dish Home Go, and you can watch the Nepal Premier League 2025 streaming worldwide except India. So go there and download and subscribe the app right away. You don't want to miss out on the next 3 weeks of action. Nandan Yadav, a very good inspired effort in the field to inflict a run out of Ishan Pandey. He'll come on to bowl some pace and offer. And that 6 would have certainly helped Dipendra's confidence. He got 39 in the first game. Didn't get many runs in the second. He's been found wanting with the bat in the competition. Oh, drags it on. Nandan strikes. This is a lovely moment here for the Yaks. Half the side back in the dugout for the Royals. And they're on the bat at the moment.
A chop on normally indicates that the ball's a little bit too close to cut. This does nip back, but again, it's that bounce. It's skiddy. It's not steep. And it's very difficult to play square of the wicket on a surface where it's skiddy. Arif Sheikh pays the price. He's chopped on for 27. 73 for 5. this is the problem when Dipender Singh is at the crease, is that you can't just willy-nilly throw at stumps, because he's through here, he canters in. And then there's the throw, and Harmeet's definitely getting in, but Airy is already looking at who's backing up at that long on. Mark Watt did well, he came off the fence, but Airy is just far too quick. He's stolen a run there. He'd be useful in baseball, wouldn't he, as one of those, what do? They steal a run.
We'll take a look at this once again, and he's lucky to have a nimble-footed Harmeet Singh. You can't do that with a Binod Bhandari, make no mistake. With all respect to the age and the seniority, you've got to find the right partner to run quick. Nicely worked away, he'll get off the mark.
But again, it's the intent, it's the fact that for him the ball is not dead at any stage. He's always looking at where he can just sneak an extra run here or there. And on this pitch, I know it's a cliche, but everyone is like gold.
Right on cue. HT, every run is gold bar over here. Much like how every fan is also gold bar in Nepal cricket. They add to the fervor and the fun. It's been a good over so far. He'll really run there. He'll keep strike as well. Not really, we have another ball to go. You really want to be sitting in that for sure. The Omora Jeko, Nepal's fastest growing EV brand, which provides best in-segment range and ground clearance, and spare tire with top safety features as well. The best part is each time HT is sitting in the car, he keeps on telling the chauffeur, keep honking, because there's no noise of the engine in this vehicle. Put up with a tidy finish. The trusted combination will have to do the rescue act. 6 runs and the wicket as well. It's 79 for 5. Day 7, game day 10, and it's a packed house. Royals need a bit of a rescue act over here. So many smiling faces. Yeah, maybe some off breaks from the hand of Pawan Saraf over here. And ideally want to believe there's a left-handed batter. Yes, you'll want to keep it against the turn. But what about Irie at the other end, HT?
Well, they would have watched the other night and seen how Harmeet Singh takes on the left arm spin towards his favoured leg side, predominantly scores on the leg side. And this might be the reason why the Yaks have turned to the off spin.
Should have stopped that, says Arjun Garthi. Yes, that's the plan.
I mean, even there, he's nearly got a leading edge there. The bat's turning in his hands to try and hit the ball on the leg side to mid-on. He's done well to get the single, Harmeet Singh. But, yeah, I mean, that's close to finding the leading edge.
Interesting to see how Irie will take on Saraf over here. Irie will certainly fancy a good big over just to put them back on track. There's long gone, there's deep mid-wicket. And for the moment, he's happy just rotating the strike. Good effort here at point. Look at Irie. Keep your eyes on Irie every ball. Would you imagine one of these batters just taking on one of the bowlers now at some stage? Or they just try to play as deep and then go bit towards the latter half?
I would think try and get to the end of over 15. I'm not sure this is the way they think, but try and get to the end of over 15, because I think that number just slipping down the legs. That number that you speak about is a good number. Know that 130, 140 is highly competitive.
He'll be happy just working it away. Irie is pushing, not really. He'll be happy with one.
If you start thinking, oh, we need 160, 170, on this pitch you're going to get bowled out. And that's the one thing the Royals don't want to do. They want to bat their overs. Now, Scott Kugelheim can hit the ball. We know he can, but he wants to walk to the wicket after 18 and a half overs. Not now.
Yeah, the top half has been polished off. And Saraf has begun well. I just wonder when was the last time Dipendra Singh Irie was run out through a brilliant fielding effort and directed.
Just so quick over the ground, isn't he? Most of the fielders are on the 30-yard circle, though, those that are, I suppose, saving one. And you're not going to save one if your heel's on the edge of the 30-yard circle. Airy will get through.
So far, it's been a quiet over, 5 coming off it. Plenty of bat, and that's gone a long way. Trust Irie to unleash a flurry of hits. His second 6. And yet again, he ends an over with a maximum. 11 coming off it, 90 for 5. Wonderful contest unfolding here at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. Irie's moved into the 20s, courtesy 2 6s. Yeah, he looks in very good touch at the moment.
Now we've got a left-arm spinner who's bowled exceptionally well. 1 for 13 in 3. But this is what Harmeet Singh wants. Now the ball will skid on.
Now, what a test for the youngster Bipin Sharma.
This is some stroke. How low he gets. So many people, when playing the pull shot, stand up. Dipendra Singh Airy drops down, his knees bend to be able to get underneath the ball. And then, well, there's only one result.
That's gone past short third, and that races away. Not much the bowler can do, but fast hands here from Dipendra Singh Irie. Talk about his bat swing, his fast hands. This man is an artist in the middle.
Such a dangerous player. From a position where you thought they were in big trouble, they can get a very good score from here. This is all about the fast hands. Yes, it finds the toe end of the bat. And I'm not sure he's even feeling that he wants to or needs to hit boundaries against Bipin Sharma. I think he feels he needs to get off strike and give it to the left-hander. But he'll certainly take that 4.
Pressure on Bipin. Yeah, does well, keeps it tight, keeps it quick, keeps it straight, just darts it in.
That's the one thing he does do exceptionally well, Bipin Sharma. He doesn't leave the stumps. He is tight on those stumps. Basically, you miss, he's got you.
And this one just kept low. Nice effort at backward point. Another youngster there, Yuvraj Khatri.
Big 2 balls here. Massive 2 balls here. Harmeet Singh will want a boundary. But Bipin Sharma has had the measure of every single Royal here tonight. Here's a contest.
Yeah, the line and length will be important. Will he try to keep it outside his arc, maybe somewhere outside off? Or will he just dart it in straight into his pads, into the stumps? Very little margin for error. Full! And it receives the treatment. Over, long gone. You could see the pressure telling on the bowler. He had conceded a 4. And with Harmeet on strike, the opportunity was always presented.
Well, you can't get your length wrong as the left-arm spinner to a left-hander because he's hitting you with the spin, he's hitting you with the angle. And there the length is wrong. It's too full. He has to bowl the ball into the pitch and hope that it stays low and that Harmeet Singh looks across the line and maybe he can trap him LBW or bowl him. The 100 comes up. Who would have thought?
Short and wide, much better. Lucky to get away there. That could have also gone to any part of the ground. 11 runs on the last over, 13 in this, 24 coming across to 103 for 5. Picturesque. Frame this, but at the same time keep an eye on the game, because that's where all the action's unfolding, and this game is just changing fortunes now. On the back foot were the Royals for a long time, but this partnership were 13-18, and yet again both these batters have bailed the team out of trouble. HT Ackerman makes way for Fazal Khalil, and what a time for Fazal to walk out to the com box.
Thank you, Mikhail. Good evening, everyone. 6th wicket partnership, 30 undefeated of 18, 100 coming up in the 15th over. The stage is perfectly set for Harmeet and Dipendra to explode now. Nicely played away on the onside, will be a boundary. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Sudurpachim Royals and Harmeet Singh.
Yeah, this man's certainly going to provide a lot of entertainment if he gets going. We saw the other night as well. He got 53 in 20. And he took a liking to the left-arm spinner. I'm not too sure if this ploy is working for Sompal Kami. He's just playing into the hands of Harmeet Singh.
That's the reputation of Dipendra Singh Airi and Harmeet Singh. Mikhail, that'll be a wide. Should be a wide. Must have touched something on the way. I wasn't really sure what. Let's take a look at that. Oh, it's a nice decision. He just pitched inside that line there, that 1 foot marker there, and it's gone within that.
Good comeback here by Mark Watt. Also, where he was standing, Fazal, could that also be the reason why the umpire decided to maybe just hold on to that wide decision?
I'll tell you what, Mikhail, this is a new rule by the ICC. If we can just get to see it there, you can see there's one line which is the wide indicator, and to the right there's another line which is 1 foot from the middle stump on each side. So if it goes between the stumps and that line, the umpire will not call wide. So that margin is given for the bowler, and I think that's a great thing, a little incentive for the bowlers as well, and that was clearly exploited by the umpire there. So good spot by the umpire and a good decision.
Who says it's the batter's game? Bowlers also have a bit of a say over here. Match number 8 4s, 3 6s. Yeah, he's trying to go deep in the crease. That's hitting the gap. We can easily get 2 over here. Harmeet's not interested. Airi was insisting for the second.
But it has been a bowler's day, isn't it? We started off with wickets. We got a wicket of the very first ball of this game. Josh Brown was bowled by Sompal Kami, the skipper. Take the single, keep the strike, 16 done. Nelson for 5.
Of energy this evening at the TU University International Cricket Stadium. We call this the Red Bull New Gen Energy. refresh your Babal energy, and don't forget to try the new Gen Red Bull product that's recently launched in the market. Have you tried that, Fazal?
Just wondering what Babal energy is.
I'm aware of the energy but the Babal, I need to experience it, feel it.
I like the word Babal. It's got a good ring to it, and we see the yak at the back. Yak at the back, and they seem to be in front here. The Sudurpachim Royals, 111 from 5. They have 4 overs to go. 7 bowlers used for the Karnali Yaks. Just stopping on him a little bit. No ball is the call. Will come back for 2. That's good running by Harmeet Singh. And there it is, a no ball and a free hit for the Tiger. There's a huge roar across this ground as Dipendra Singh Airi will get to face that no ball and the free hit. Where will he go? Long on, deep mid wicket. Fans are happy. That'll be a wide. So the free hit would continue. The thinking was right. He's trying to bowl wide and outside that off stump, just not letting Airi get underneath the ball. It's a cold evening here. It's getting chillier by every single day. There it is, the 3 fielders on the leg side, deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and long on, long off, and a cover point are the 2 fielders on the off side. Down the ground will just be the 2. The clean up done there. So the free hit not going for too many.
And if you look at it, they've already got 6 runs in that first ball of theirs, courtesy that no ball that yielded 2 runs, then the wide and now 2 runs. So they've practically got a 6 in 1 ball. So it's a good start to the over here for the Sudurpachim Royals. Sometimes as a batter, you want to look at the scoreboard as well to just understand how things are panning out. He's and the big boundary will come back for 2.
Let's just take a look at this. The current run rate, they'll get 145. If they go 11s and over, he'll get exactly what he was talking at the toss. He was asking for 160 is what he thought he'd get. Perhaps he would get it at 11s. For that to happen, these 2 need to bat till the very end. 9 and over, 152. That's the score that I thought was par for the course here this evening. As it's getting a little nippier. Air seems to be really cooling down. Dug in shot, really good thinking. Called wide by the umpire. Called wide. He says it's gone over the head. Very interesting replay. Well, I really didn't think that's gone over the head. He's called wide. Let's just take a look at it again.
What Sumpal Kami is trying to do is making a polite inquiry stating that the batter had charged down the wicket. There you can see, look where some Dipendra Singh Airi is. Sometimes you feel hard done by as a bowler.
Well, just take a look at this. You're absolutely right. The decision will be given when the batsman is on the popping crease in his normal stance. Now, neither was he in his popping crease, nor was that the normal stance. Need a direct hit. We just take a look at that wide given again. There it is. He digs that one in short. But just see how far forward the batsman is. And you're supposed to be on the popping crease and in your normal stance. So I'll let the viewers judge. He was asking the same question. Good point you made there, Mikhail.
And Sumpal was right in having that polite inquiry as well. Justified in that reaction of his partnership worth 48. It's the best ever partnership for the Sudurpachim Royals now for the 5th wicket. The previous being 41. So again, these 2 have come to the fore. This is out.
Just trying to hit the cover of the ball there, Harmeet Singh. Perhaps if he had just tried to play it to shot the third man, with third man and point inside the circle, just a little tickle there would have got him 4 runs.
Sumpal Kami is fired up. On the way back to his run-up, he certainly didn't mince his words.
Gone! Round his legs. Take a look at that for elation. Sumpal Kami, the skipper. Wow. Needed the wicket, and what a time to get it. Not the best delivery, Mikhail, but he still gets a very good wicket. That's the Red Bull energetic moment of the match so far.
And there you can see the Babal energy coming out from Sumpal Kami. The stump went cartwheeling. Harmeet Singh walks back for 19. It's 1-2-1 for 6.
Well, like I said, not the best delivery, but he came across his stumps a little too much, did Harmeet Singh. Lost his leg stump, but the celebration, that's what was point-worthy.
Oh. 11 runs and a wicket coming off this over. 1-2-2 for 6. Yeah, they've lost wickets at regular intervals, but in all of it, the constant has been Dipendra Singh Airi. And whenever he's there in the middle, Fazil, you take the pitch out of equation. Just that the personality in the middle can just derail plans and oppositions.
It's amazing, isn't it, what confidence can do to one. Self-confidence that he has. Suddenly the pitch is fine. He's hitting the ball to all parts of the ground. 2 sixes, 1 4, a strike rate of under 143. And like I did mention, if they can get 11s, they come closer to what he was talking at the toss. But 150 still, I feel, is par for the course.
Well, he gets an edge, nicely fielded. But from where did Mark Watt bowl that ball? Will be interesting to see. He's using the crease. There's been a mixed bag today for Sumpal Kami. He's had his moments very early. In fact, in the very first ball of the innings, he struck. But he's been charged up. He's been fired up. And he's been spectacular in the field. Scott Kuggeleijn will be on his toes. He'll have to be wearing roller skaters over here. Take a look at Sumpal. In the field, he was quick. He's quick with the ball as well. He's been animated. A lot of emotions flowing. Yeah, but he's led from the front. Great character to have in the side. Chip that in the air. Soft dismissal for the hard hitter, Dipendra. What strikes sends back the danger man. And this is a very crucial moment here. And he's certainly sent back a man who could have got some crucial runs for the Royals in the back end of this innings.
Well, it was that time of the innings where you generally throw caution to the wind. Dipendra Singh Airi, we're constantly talking about the fact that you bowl it into the pitch and then it sticks up or goes down. So it is two-paced, but we'll be looking right now, caught by Zadra of the bowling of Watt. Airi departs for 39, and the Royals now in royal trouble at 126 for 7.
Walks out. His Instagram profile has a designation. So Naren, a big fan of Ravindra Jadeja. He too can hit the ball long and hard.
Instagram profile. Mr. Instagram himself saying that. Mikhail Instagram Baswani.
At the moment, that's down the leg side. At the moment, Fazal, the way I'm enjoying the delicacies, I'm Mr. Kilogram, not Instagram.
Mikhail, have you... Just take a look at the wicket again. Yeah, there it is. Just into the turf. Just holding up a little. Very easy and soft dismissal. But I just want to know, Mikhail, how much time in a day do you spend on Instagram? How many hours a day?
Very interesting match playing out here, Fazal.
End of the over. 18 done. 128 for 7. Enjoying themselves out here. Thank you for watching the Siddhartha Bank Nepal Premier League Season 2, match number 10. The Royals versus the Yaks. 2 overs to go. Naren Saud and Kugaline on strike. In the air. It's gone a long way. Has it gone all the way? Yes, it has. A good start to the 19th over. 146 big ones for the tournament.
And that's exactly what they'll want to get, or maybe more as well, maybe 150 plus. But what a start to over number 19. Take a look at that high back left, long levers, see ball, hit ball, says Scott Kugaline, and gets plenty of bat on this one over the side screen.
Well, you either have to be really short or you have to be really full. You can't be length in a T20 game, especially with 2 overs to go. It's a wrong length that was bowled. The line was fine. It was the length that he erred on.
What's the comeback here by Kami? Down the leg side. Needs to be careful. Fine legs up in the circle. So many smiling faces here, Fazal. One in the com box as well, alongside me. There it is. All right then. Bring out that smile. Slightly broader, slightly broader. There's it. Perfect, happy dent, sparkling smile of the match. Well done, gentlemen.
Happy Dent, my favorite brand. $135 for 7. 4 legal deliveries in this over and 1 over after it. Can they get to 150? That'll be a really good score. Naren Saud will take the single. Kugaline. Oh, geez, that's really unfortunate. Has he just stepped on his stumps? Playing back. Oh, very bemused. Yeah, he knows what he's done. You can see a little guilt there on his face, can't you? Yeah, just playing back. just tread on his stumps with his back leg. Very unfortunate way of being dismissed.
Yeah, we understand most batters in the depth like to use the depth of the crease and maybe stand a little behind as well. They need to be careful. Sometimes you try getting underneath the ball, but this time around, Kami, oh, just about okay with that. Yeah, but Kami did hurry him with the pace and bounce over here. Just caught him by surprise. Yeah, he's just crashed into it with his left foot.
Durganath Subedi, the TV umpire. Probably the easiest decision of his career so far. OUT means that Naren Saud will make that walk back into the dugout for no score. The Royals now 135 for 8.
Hemant Adami. Usually, most bowlers don't have the bat maker's name. Fazil. He's bowled well. He's just tried to keep it straight. We'll take a look at this from side angle. Yeah, it's backing up too far behind, and that's what happened. You need to be aware as a cricketer. This is elementary stuff. Yuvraj Khatri knew it. It took some time for Sompal Kami to realize it. He was all smiles after that. It's a happy place to be in at the moment if you're the Yaks.
I like the way the Yaks have come together. You know? They're so happy for each other. Sompal Kami has captained really well. He's led by example, 3 for 31 in the block hole. That's the best ball you can bowl in T20 cricket or any form of cricket. You know, when a team comes together and are happy for each other's success, that's when the team succeeds. Just take a look at that. Each one of them happy for each other. High fives. You know, all happy with the skipper. Sister there. It augurs well.
Yeah, Kugeline will get a single and keep strike for the final 6 deliveries. That's a good move to begin with. It's been a good over. 9 runs and a wicket, 137 for 8.
Festival of the Himalayas, and why not? They've got the moves and they are moving to the beat of the DJ. Oh, take a look at that. Really enjoying themselves, and so are we here. The hospitality, the crowd, the cricket, the warmth of Nepal, all happening here in Kathmandu. It's the season 2 of the Siddharth Bank Nepal Premier League, powered by Encel.
Nails it! A moment of inspired brilliance with the ball from Nandan Yadav. Each time he's been brought back into the attack, he struck in his first ball. He sends Kugeline back.
Well, rated very highly, Nandan Yadav. He's played for the country, and I'm sure a lot of leagues around the world will be looking for this youngster to come into their team as well in franchise cricket. Played all over that one, and yes, thank you very much, he says to the crowd. Thanks the teammates. Like I said, a lot of camaraderie between the team. That's good to see. Scott Kugeline gone for 10 of 8. 137 for 9 now the Royals.
Abhinash Bora walks out. Yeah, he has 5 deliveries to create some magic with the bet, but it's Nandan Yadav, 2 for 10 in his third. We saw spinners take wickets. It's been the Pacers who've taken 5 between them. You could hear the grunt of the bowlers. Well, the effort ball, he's charged up.
Certainly is. And if you get a wicket like this of Scott Kugelheim, you will certainly be charged up. Off the pad, onto the stumps. He's looking dangerous, but he's got a real future, does Nandan Yadav. No guesses whose side she's on. The Sudurpachim Royals have got the 137. Can they have a couple of big hits to finish with? Or maybe a couple of edges? It's really good bowling. Really good bowling by Nandan Yadav.
Number 10 and 11 in the middle. Everything from here on is a bonus for the Sudurpachim Royals. Early in the day, Fazil, the Biratnagar Kings defended 135. The Royals have 137. Your thoughts?
Well, yes, they do have Harmeet Singh there, Kugelheim to bowl. Naren Saud, the left-arm spinner, he'll be bowling. The skipper, Dipendra Singh Airi. So they do have the arsenal. Take the single. Well, they should come back. They should get the overthrow. No, they decide against it.
Typical number 10 and 11 running in the middle, Fazil. No coordination, absolute harakiri, pandemonium. Look at Abhinash Bora, played one of the finest shots this evening. And look at him. Yeah, here I go back. And then sent. What a view. Spectacle. Carnival. Great bowling.
Really good over this. He is bowling to numbers 10 and 11, but he's bowling in the right areas. Last 30 balls, 36 runs, 4 wickets. I certainly wish I could read what's on that placard.
They were saying, "Welcome to Nepal, Fazil," if I could read that. That space, just not able to
9 for 9 with 11 extras in it. Sompal Kami started the route for them. 3 for 32 of his 4. Ably supported by Nandan Yadav, generating a fair amount of pace. 2 for 11 of 3. 1 wicket each for Mark Watt, Vipin Sharma, and the young leg spinner Yuvraj Khatri chipping in with 1 for 29 as well, restricting them to 139 for 9. The Karnali Yaks coming to bat. They'll need 140 runs from their allotted 20 overs. On a nice, cool winter evening here in Kathmandu, I have the very affable H.D. Ackerman. Good evening, Ackers.
Yeah, good evening, Fazal. Our match umpires are making their way onto the ground. Play will get underway shortly, but I don't know which way this is going to go, to be honest. I know I asked you off air and you the nod, and then you now feel that the Royals can defend this, and that's only really because the surface hasn't quite played as what we've got used to over the first week. This one is used. It's keeping a little bit on the low side. There's not much pace in it as well. Hence the reason we've had such wonderful bowling figures. Think of Nandan's 2 for 11 in his 3 overs. The Centurion, Mark Watt, is making his way out to the middle, and so the excitement will reach a crescendo when he takes first strike.
Absolutely will reach that crescendo that H.D. Ackerman is talking about if he can get those first 6 overs. 3 matches, 130 runs, 200 is what he's striking at. That 114 undefeated versus the Lumbini Lions in the last game. So he'll be brimming with confidence. He'll be oozing with confidence, and he'll be waiting to take on the bowling of the Sudurpachim Royals. There he is, the big man, Mark Watt. 51 is his jersey number, and his partner, the more orthodox Priyank Panchal. It's been a kind of revelation, really. 3 matches, 102 runs, striking at 176 with that first 50 that he scored against the Rhinos in the very first game of the tournament. 90, unfortunately missing out on that coveted 3-figure mark was Priyank Panchal. He's got the opportunity to take his side home, but he'll have to contend with a big Scotty Kugeline. 12 matches, 20 wickets. He's got that 5-wicket haul, a best of 5 for 18. They'll be looking at him to make early inroads into this batting lineup of the Yaks. We're just moments away from the start of the run chase in this match number 10. It's the derby of the West. The Sudurpachim Royals versus the Karnali Yaks. Point, backward of point, and mid-off. 3 fielders on the offside, saving 1. There is a slip in place as Scotty Kugeline comes steaming in from the far end. On the money straight away, no run. Good start this.
And what the seamers have been able to do is hit a length, and then the ball to sort of just skip through around about stump height. If you get caught in the crease, get yourself into a spotter bother. That one's a little bit of width there. Does have a slip in place. That's to look after that outside edge when he does get the ball to swing away from the right-hander.
Just a polite inquiry by Scott Kugeline will get the overthrow. Let's take a look at the umpire for the signal. He's given it a leg by. So the Karnali Yaks, in pursuit of 140, are away.
So just drifting down the leg side. And then Dipendra Singh Eri came whistling in from cover and had a shy at the stumps, but no one was backing up. The fielder on the deep square leg boundary was rooted to his position. Right now, Mark Watt.
nicely bowled. It was full, it was straight, it was asking the questions with Mark Waugh having the right answer. You might have scored 114 in your first game, but every game begins that score of 0. So the first thing that he'd like to do is get off the mark as a target. 140 for the Karnali Yaks. Doesn't look very big, but considering that the pitch is not really playing the way we thought it would, and the bowling of the Sudurpachim Royals, they do have a job on hand. These two out there in the middle, they need to make use of those first 6 overs with the shine and the lacquer on the ball. Oh, brilliantly bowled this. Wide call by the umpire. It would be an interesting replay, perhaps just a little above the head.
I think they may have got this right, but the only thing is that they've changed their tack from the opening week, because a lot of these deliveries were not given as wide. Now, bearing in mind a wide is above head height, but the batsman must be in a standing position, an upright position.
Lucky there, lucky. Mark Waugh. Hey, you're talking about the batsman in his normal stance on the popping crease. Take a look at this.
Tight. And as I said, fair enough. But in the first week, there was many that were given as not wides and legitimate balls.
One thing as cricketers, all we want is consistency from the umpires. 30 for the season so far. Flayed away on the offside. Work to do for third man. Just a little juggle there. It should have been 2, just the 1. Mark Waugh is away.
Yeah, I don't think Watt's going to be scampering between the stumps. Went down to deep third very, very quickly.
Just reluctant to bring that front foot forward, Priyank Panchal. 1 done, the Yaks 3 for none. The bold and the beautiful.
I take it you're not referring to him as beautiful.
No, and for everyone to guess. Dipendra Singh Airi will be coming on from the commentary box end, the northern end of this ground. 12 matches, 10 wickets. Very good economy. 3 for 29 is best. He's come on nice and early. Can he get Mark Waugh out early? We saw what he could do to the spinners in the last game. He likes to go downtown. He likes to go big. Straight away, some runs for the big man. A couple of runs for them. Well, we're certainly enjoying our piece out here in the commentary box. That's me and HD Ackerman, enjoying ourselves in the HP Petroleum commentary box in this season 2 of the Nepal Premier League. You're enjoying yourself, HD?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes these low-scoring games are the most fun because they're the tightest. When some team goes and gets 220, it's often a bit of a damp squib.
Down the track, down the ground. Has that gone all the way? Yes, it has. He's hit that as clean as a whistle. Way to go, Mark Watt. Just starting from where he left off in the last game against the Lumbini Lions.
Well, I think throughout the first game this morning, we were asking the question, has any batter used his feet to come down the wicket? And we couldn't really think of anyone that had come down the wicket. We know there was sweeps and reverse sweeps and players playing back, but no one had really come down the wicket. Watt here dancing down, beautiful full swing of the bat. New balls, please.
Very expensive new ball as well. These kookaburras cost a fair bit. So one's out of the park, down the track, huge hit, getting slightly low on the bat. But he still has the muscle to just go over boundary line, go over the side screen. And again, go! Oh, he's put it down. That is a very big moment in the game. Abhinash, the fielder at short third. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What would have been if he had taken that catch?
Made a meal of this. I mean, his hands aren't even fully outstretched. He's dived, but his hands are close to his chest. Skipper not happy. He was given a couple of lives in the previous innings that he played, Mark Watt, and he went on to a big 100.
Very tentative prod outside that off stump. And just take a look at this drop again. Reverse sweep. And perhaps... oh, he's gone. He's gone. Priyank Panchal will not disturb the scorer. The big man, Dipendra Singh Airi, picks up a wicket nice and early. The Yaks have picked up the Yaks have lost their first wicket, and the Sudurpachim Royals are dancing in the aisles, the supporters.
Well, that's swung away from Panchal. There's no real off spin there. This is what Dipendra Singh Airi does. It's just with the arm away from the right-hander. He's not near the pitch of it. Goes past the outside edge. Panchal is gone. That's a big wicket for the Royals. He's a very fine player. 12 for 1.
Thank you for watching the Nepal Premier League Season 2. As we see Will Busisto out there. Will it be a sweep or a reverse sweep? HD?
Slip in place. It hasn't really bounced much. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays the conventional sweep.
Well, I'll go with the reverse sweep then. Let's see what happens. Played that very conventionally. 2 done, 12 for 1. Smile and the whole world smiles with you, she's saying. My dear AC will reward one most energetic fan with a brand new air conditioner as the coolest fan of the day. Picture of concentration is Mark Waugh. Recognizes that he's got a huge role to play. Scotty Kugelheim to bowl his second over. It's exposing the stumps a little, but still getting it in the middle of the bat. Scamper through for a single, brings Bosisto on strike.
He's going to have to be very aware that Basisto will look to drop and run. He scampers between the wickets, the Australian. So Watt's going to have to be very aware of that. It's a big part of his game, running between the wickets.
He'll have to also be mindful of the fact that his partner will be able to run as quick as he does. Sometimes these guys who run quick between the wickets aren't very good judges of the single. Mark Watt, he's the boundary hitter. Bosisto will look to get those singles. It's nice shape away from the right-hander. There is something in it, isn't it?
Now Kugelan with a new ball always gets the ball to just sort of shape away from the left-hander, and then, sorry, the right-handers into the left-handers. He sort of hits the wicket and gets it to seam. So more swing to the right, and then some seam to the left-handers.
Interesting. Swing for the right-hander and seam away for the left-hander. 5.57 is what they're going at. There again, a little bit of swing in the air. There was a little shape. A direct hit. And asked the question. There it is. The umpire will not take any chances, especially in a game such as this. He's gone up for technology. A lot of work this evening and afternoon for the third umpire or the TV umpire.
I don't think this will last long.
Home and dry is big. Mark Watt. Very simple decision for the TV umpire. All's well that ends well. Still need 127 from 105 legal deliveries at a rate of 7.26 runs to the over. Durganath Subedi, the TV umpire. Will he look for two and get it very comfortably? Soft hands is the reason why he got those 2 runs. And the reason why he's out there in the middle is...
Yeah, nice bit of bowling.
Very poor judgment by Priyank Panchal. He was neither here nor there. Just ran down the pitch literally. Just keeping a trifle lower than he expected it to. That's been the other thing, the indifferent bounce in the pitch. It's always iffy for a batsman when the pitch is playing up and down. If it's up, it's fine. If it's down, it's fine. The problem is when it's up and down. End of the over, 3 done, 15 for 1. Festival of the Himalayas, the Siddharth Bank Nepal Premier League 2025. We are in season 2, match number 10, just in the second week of the tournament. It's getting a little chilly. There's a nip in the air. The woolies are on, the binnies are on, and there's plenty of action out there in the middle as well. Dipendra Singh Airi will be continuing from the commentary box end. Karnali Yaks 15 for 1, need 125 from 102. That's gone. That's going, and it's gone. It's huge.
This might just be Mark Watt's year. Not given many opportunities at the top of the order or at the front three for his country or the other teams he's played for around the world. The Yaks have said, you know what, have a little go at this. Let's see what you can do. He got 100 a couple of days ago, and he's got off to a flyer here. Jeez, he is a clean striker.
Absolutely. Strikes it clean and pure. Down the track. He's bowling quick, so perhaps he could just line him up, staying in the crease. Wait for the ball to pitch in your area, Mark. Mid-wicket is where you like it. Wait for the ball on the stumps. There you go. Oh, there is an appeal. There is close, and up goes the finger. A very easy decision this for the umpire. The Sudurpachim Royals have picked up their second wicket. The skipper now has picked up his second wicket, and in the fourth over, the Yaks in trouble.
Bowled us a lot slower. Bowled it a lot slower. That's beautifully bowled. Little bit, just a hint of drift into the left-hander, and then it straightens. Previous couple of deliveries, he's bowled flat and quick. That one, no pace at all. What goes for 17? The Yaks are 21 for 2.
They have gone 248 matches, almost 4,500 runs, 137, 22 50s, and best of 97 undefeated. Well, if ever the Yaks needed a good innings from him, tonight's the night. Off the mark is Najibullah Zadran. Just take another look at it. That's the reason why he's such a good bowler.
Well, the cheers on the ground is because a real chunker has come on the ground.
Yeah, that's a beauty. There's the original chunky. Are you a dog person?
The real one? Absolutely.
Me too. It's a beautiful animal. Let's take a look at that. Well, that's the other thing that I observed in Nepal. They're so happy. They're happy people out here in Nepal. The dogs on the ground are happy too. You can see them smiling as well after the game is over. They come onto the... I wonder where his partner is. Yeah, he's there, but the partner is missing. Kelly, the partner. They're the in-house dogs. Nice crowd in. Reverse sweep. Oh, nicely played. Bailed out nicely. Did Bosisto, I beg your pardon. Karnali Yaks after 4 are 23 for 2.
this neck of the woods, do they? The DJ belting out some really fine numbers. I've got hooked onto the Nepali music myself. Listen to a lot of Nepali music in the gym. Enjoy every bit of it. Dole Dole, that's the favorite one going around. Hemant Dami, 2 for 26. 23 for 2. In trouble are the Yaks. And take some batting from Bosisto and Zadran to extricate them from the situation that they're in. Nicely bowled. Good areas. Just keeping him honest. Bosisto doesn't look like he can stay the way he is. He's going to try things. He's going to try and move around, play the ball around. He's a busy player.
Yeah, busy's a good word. He won't necessarily have a slog, but he will certainly look to keep the scoreboard ticking.
With the kind of score that they have, you just need to keep the scoreboard ticking. You don't need those big hits. Oh, beautifully bowled, and there is an appeal. And he's given it. It's an extremely good delivery, this by Dami. Pitched and came in and cut Bosisto in half. Celebration time for the Sudurpachim Royals.
Well, I'm a little unsure. Is it out LBW? Or have they given out a caught behind? I'm a little unaware. We'll find that out. Caught, Binod bowled, Dami. Right then. Goes for 3. 23 for 3.
Three for 3 in the 5th over. They're staring down the rabbit hole now. The departure of Bosisto. In walks Pawan Saraf. A lot has been spoken about him. 19 matches, nothing to really write home about, but he's got the opportunity to come out here, express himself, perhaps get his team to that win, the much needed win for the Yaks. They've won one game, they've lost one game, they're playing a team that has won both their games. A lot at stake for the Karnali Yaks. Nice shape into the right hander, beautifully played. What was good, apart from the timing, was the placement. 199 tournament fours.
Nicely balanced here. Pawan, I mean, that's middle stump, probably going on to hit leg stump with a little bit of in drift. That's a beautifully balanced stroke through mid-wicket.
Balance there, the timing and the placement was a real picture to watch. 7.29 is what they need. 6 is what they're going at. So they're fine at the moment. You don't need to lose wickets. There again, shape into the right hand.
Well, Dummy's been very impressive. He's nippy, but he might be a little bit fortunate here because this has been given out caught behind, and if anything, I think it's LBW because it just clips the back pad.
Well, I'm with you on this. I think the umpires got it wrong there because I don't think it was caught behind for sure, and I don't think it was LBW as well. It would have clearly gone over. Nicely played. We'll get the single. Will they come back for 2? Yes, they are. Makes it comfortably in the end. And just take one last look at this HD. It pitched, it came in. clearly missing the bat there, getting the top of the pads on both counts. I feel the umpires got that wrong. It didn't get the inner edge, and I think where it struck the batsman, it would have clearly gone over the stumps. Really good over. A wicket and 6 runs off it. Dami, 5 overs done, 29 for 3.
Murray continues. The surface is just stopping a bit, maybe some turn as well. What a time in the game for these batters to just take the team through. Very good evening, Andrew Leonard.
Good evening, Mikhail. Good evening, everyone. Great to be back with you, mate. And, well, we're just waiting for one thing this season, an absolute stone-cold thriller.
Close, very close. The finger goes up. Irie sends Sudran back, and the cartwheel comes out as well. The trademark Irie celebration. He's on a high. The crowd's going ecstatic, and the boys in yellow are punching above their weight this evening.
It's simply Dipendra Singh Irie's domain. We just happen to be here and live in it. It's plumb as they come. Good decision, buddy Pradhan. And look at this. Perfect 10 out of 10. The perfect 10. He's the perfect cricketer. He covers every dimension. Dipendra Singh Irie is at it again. Sidran's gone for 1, 29 for 4. How is this still? It's day 7.
Brave move, pragmatic move. Yeah, you can't really hang around. What a way to get off the mark. In the gap, in the slot, put away. Campi means business over here. The 200 boundary as well.
Good shots. Just a little bit full from Dipendra Singh Irie, and well punched through the gap. I actually thought Dipendra Singh Irie has maybe given himself an over too many, but wasn't I proved wrong? I thought they might turn to Harmeet Singh soon, but the reason why he wanted to continue was to get that big wicket to the left-hander of Najibullah Sidran. Suspect this will be his last for the moment, and then it's going to be Harmeet Singh time, and that's the challenge, that's the problem. The required run rate's already at 7.5, and there's 4 overs of Harmeet Singh to come, who's been close to untouchable alongside Lamachani, the 2 best spinners in the competition thus far in season 2.
Thoughts on Sumpal walking out at number 5?
Yeah, in at number 6 here, with it being 4 down. Look, it makes a lot of sense. We've seen just how exemplary he is with regards to his batting technique. And he can be a good man for a situation like this as we get to the end of the power play. 33 for 4.
are just enjoying this wonderful contest between two sides. Another low-scorer thriller on this cards, let me tell you that. And just as Andrew was talking about Harmeet Singh, looks like he'll be drafted into the bowling attack as well. Yeah, good time to bring him in. Relatively two new batters in the middle. Not much batting follows. There's Gulshan Jha, yes, Arjun Karthi can also bat, but then you're going into the tail of Yuvraj, Nandan and Bipin.
And the reason I like Kami up at number 6 is just to hold Gulshan Jha back a little bit. The problem is then you also want Gulshan Jha to take on Harmeet Singh. The problem is nobody can lay a bat on him. Career economy in this competition, including last season. Remember, he came in a little bit late last year. I think it was after about the halfway stage. 4.75. That's a good economy rate in ODI cricket. This is T20 cricket. He's been untouchable with the ball. No one can get near him.
Yeah, that's the perfect delivery that Harmeet Singh is so good at dishing out. Just bring in some drift and turn, gives it a lot of flight, slip in place. Irie wants to attack, bowls wide of the crease.
Play that. We said earlier it wasn't turning. That's gone like Shane Warne in his prime. This is a finger spinner bowling here. He's such a skillful bowler. I'm not quite sure how you counteract that because, well, you try to play with a cross bat on that, you're going to get yourself in trouble. You just don't know what to do against a bowler of this quality. And the last thing I would like to see the Yaks do is die wondering. I'd rather see them have a go. Still yet to see a batter use their feet across the course of this entire day. They seem rooted in the crease.
Did see a bit of Bashir Ahmed do that early in the day for the Biratnagar Kings. Use the depth, use his feet to the pitch of the ball. You really have to be on top of your game to play someone like Harmeet Singh on this surface.
If you sit in the crease, you're a sitting duck. Mark Watt did try to use his feet a little bit, but look at this. Back foot rooted in the crease. All that Singh's going to do is nail that good length, and he's close to unplayable. And now Singh, all he has to do is be patient because dot balls are winners. They increase the required run rate. It's now up over 8s.
Impossible to play him at this stage. And he's just bowling around the 4th stump region, just keeping the batter guessing with the one that comes with the arm, the one that turns away with some bounce and turn as well.
But you've got to try something here. You play conventionally there. This is just too easy. Singh will nail that spot, well, 95 times out of 100, maybe more than that. Slips just come a little bit wider. Could very much be in play.
Impossible again. It's just a bit clueless over here, Pawan Saraf. What an over. It's a maiden over, and I believe, if I'm not wrong, this could be the first as well of season 2 of NPL, 33 for 4. Corrections, it's Sumpal Kami got a wicket maiden early in the day. It's the second maiden over and it's come in a similar match. So we're seeing 2 maidens in one match, one by Harmeet and early in the day by Sumpal Kami.
Now here's a talented youngster. Potential to be a very good cricketer, I feel. Naren Saud, who's career economy under 7, but he will offer you the potential to score some runs off, and the Yaks are going to have to target him.
Bit of a misfield over there. Will settle for 1. 2 left-arm spinners in operation over here. Andrew, 2 very different left-arm spinners in operation.
Yeah, look, Naren Saud's a young bowler making his way. Remember the Nepal under-19 side he was in recently. But he can learn from Harmeet Singh. The thing that makes Singh so hard to play is his accuracy combined with the revolutions and the spin that he gets on the ball. He's got complete and utter control. He's got that slightly unorthodox action that if you haven't faced it before, you're not exactly sure as to the release point. Naransaud's a bit more conventional. And certainly of the two, you would like to think the Yaks are going to target this man to try and pick up some runs off.
I'm not quite sure. He's middled it. Kugelheim will have to put in an effort, but he still manages to reach the fielder in the deep. It was a half-hearted shot by Pawan, but he still manages to find a boundary. And this one comes after 10 deliveries.
Yeah, recognition here, Mikhail, of the fact that, okay, he's completely struggled through the last over. I'm going to have to do something unconventional. So he gives himself room outside the leg stump. I think to Naransaud, I'd rather use his feet. Saraf has got long levers. He's a very tall young man, and he can come down the ground. I've seen him strong over long off, over long on, but he finds a way to manufacture a boundary down the ground. They need a lot more of those.
Bowling.
Also, maybe if I'm right now batting in the middle and if Harmeet is bowling, I'll try to see him off because I know I'm not able to play him and maybe just attack the other bowlers around him. Is that an option?
Yeah, absolutely agree with that, but seeing him off should be ideally 4 overs, none for 18, 4 overs, none for 20, not 4 overs, 1 for 6, which is what he's on track for the way he's going, or 2 for 6. Of course, he's bowled really well in that previous over, but it was just felt like a bit of a clueless approach in terms of any way to counteract his quality. You know it's going to turn sharply. We've seen that immediately. The revs going onto the ball and the pitch, despite the bit of dew out there, taking an appreciable turn. It's the third use of this pitch inside, 7-8 days since we started on the first Monday of the tournament. So it was always going to turn a bit. Have to find a way to counteract it.
Yeah, that's more like it. You get a single, there's insurance in the field.
Look at the difference in this over. Previous over, 6 consecutive dots. Here, 5 deliveries, every single ball has been scored off. And they had to take a bit of risk to get the boundary. This is how you build a chase, you build a partnership, you build your way into the game. Find a way.
Ball.
Yeah, Irie, you can't keep him out of action. He's a flying machine in the field and he's not happy with that effort of his. He's never going to get there. Yeah, this turned out to be a good over after that last over made in 9 runs coming off at 42 for 4.
For the Yaks. If they can win today, they'll find a way to join the Royals on 4 points. And 1 foot into the playoffs.
Yeah, playing 3 matches and having 3 wins. We're almost at the halfway stage for these 2 teams and they'll certainly create a big gulf between the other teams as well. Yeah, a bit of a chat here for Irie with the square leg umpire. Or should I say the umpire at the bowler's end? Wonder what this chat is about, Andrew.
Yeah, for the Yaks as well, they've got 4 days before their next game. That'll be against the Biratnagar Kings. So this game just feels like such a must-win for them, for Sampal Kami's men.
They chipped this in the air, but it's in the gap as well. Maybe they could have run a bit better on this occasion. It's just the right time to head across to the sideline. Jess Crow has someone with her. Take it away, Jess.
That's right, I'm joined here by Dipendra. Dipendra, the team have taken 4 wickets so far. What do you make of their performance?
It's very nice going on because the wicket is very low and spinning. So I think this total 140 is very defendable. So we can restrict them before 140.
Now, you've been a very, very strong side so far. You just seem to find a way to win. I don't want to speak too soon, Oh, a lot of noise going on here. I don't want to speak too soon, but what's been the sort of, what's been the sort of key process for the team to, secure that success, do you think?
Yeah, our dressing room is very positive, and our captain and coaches, they are very positive. They always tell us just whatever match is going, wherever match is going, just keep calm, think positive things, and that is our key point, I think.
Excellent. And from the comms box, it seems to be a pretty spin-friendly wicket so far. Would you agree?
Yeah, this is very turning track and low pitch, so it's very difficult to bat on it. So that's why we're still hoping for the good result for us.
And defending a total of 140, what was the team approach?
Sorry?
Defending a total of 140, what's the approach going in, do you think?
It's very, it's very nervous because this is the cricket, and anytime the game will go here and there, so it's very hard. So I think we believe our bowlers and hitters.
Come
so
boys,
we can
come
defeat
boys!
them before 140.
Excellent. Well, all the best for you and the team.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very much. Back to comms.
Yeah, great to hear from the 23-year-old born in Dangadi. Mikhail, wasn't he a confident young man? And you could just sense that he was loving every second of his Nepal Premier League experience.
Yeah, very elaborate in that chat with Jess was Dipendra Thapa.
Tell you one more thing, I had a bit of a walk with Jess during the first 5 overs whilst we were on our break. It's fair to say she's more than a touch popular here. I think the local fans are really taking her under their wing. And may it be the first season of many that she's back with us here at the Nepal Premier League.
Yeah, she's a wonderful colleague and friend to be with in the comm box and in this area as well. And she's taken a liking to Nepal cricket, and she's been talking so many good things. In fact, I saw her post a picture on her Instagram story of a lovely scenic view from the hotel room, and it's breathtaking as well. The sights over here certainly has everyone enamored.
And up on the roof of the world, beautiful part of the world. This game hangs nicely in the balance now. If they can find a way to counteract Harmeet like they have this over, the Yaks are still in this chase.
He's looked good this over. Pawan Saraf was a bit clueless in the last over. They're pushing for the second, and they'll get there. They applied good pressure on the deep, and they've done well. This is good running, good cricket here by the Yaks. Just finding their way back into the game. 13 coming off this over, 55 for 4. Yeah, it's taken them some time. It's come at the cost of 4 wickets, but they've done well. This partnership were 26 and 22. They're 55 for 4. That asking rate little over 7.5. And the Yaks just need to manage that wickets column, and they should be home tonight. Remember, they won the last game with 9 wickets and 46 balls to spare. They'll want another good outing this evening as well. Just like the way Sompal Kami has come out. He's running quick, pushing his partner as well.
It was Monty Desai who's particularly used Sompal Kami in a variety of roles for the Nepal national side. We've seen him bat up actually as far as number 3 at points in both ODI and T20I cricket, used at different times because he is a genuinely proper top order batter. He's a good technique, and I think he just felt that things are going the other side's way. He has this X factor of Gulshan Jah, but I'm not sure it's actually right or true, but they seem to think they don't want Gulshan to bat for more than 5 or 6 overs. He wants to be the finisher. So he's promoted himself up the order, and I suspect whenever the next wicket falls, it will be Gulshan that'll come in the kind of scenario that he'll quite like.
We know of the batting prowess of Sompal Kami, Karan Casey. We've seen them do a lot of good things with the bat in many a games for Nepal, Andrew. Is this an opportune time for them, the Nepal Premier League, to just about promote themselves in most of the games and just add that self-belief that they're actually mercurial all-rounders for their respective sides? We know of that, but we want to see more of it.
Yeah, I think one of the things I reflected upon from the first week was the fact that we've probably seen a bit of a gulf between the players who've been capped for Nepal and had experience overseas in different conditions, particularly having played under floodlights. Like this man, Dipender Singh, been brilliant, bat ball in the field. Because of his globe-trotting nature, Sandeep Lamachani, outstanding. And that's going to miss leg, drifting down, didn't turn. And another batter showing the bat to the umpire. Need to be careful, the players. That's not out, it's a good decision. Just going to skid on and miss the leg stump. Buddy Pradhan too good for that. We've then seen a couple of young players show promise but not consistency with their performances, yet again adjusting to the conditions, getting used to playing at night time, and against the calibre of cricketers that have come in from the overseas nations. Just like to see them, and I think they will get better and better throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, this partnership is building well. Yeah, it's been quite a ride for them in this innings, just like how it is when we come in the mornings from the hotel to the ground in our Omora Checo as well. Nepal's fastest growing EV brand, which provides best in segment range. Yeah, the blinkers are perpetually on, which means the battery life is equally good as well. Smooth, seamless. It's never a bumpy ride in this vehicle. It has the works. Simpal Kami is looking good. A run ball 12 for him. And the Yaks are well and truly on course for this chase. At the halfway stage, it's 60 for 4, and this will also mean that the umpire will give a tap on his watch and also suggest it's time for the expert strategic timeout, our education partner. Certainly will. Good with numbers, HT. There's never a doubt about that. Yeah, they don't have a left foot, I must tell you, the Nepalis. I do remember you shaking your leg as well in the com box of one of the jingles that went viral on social media last season.
No, I'm a proper dancer. And they would have called me Fred Astaire in the past now, but then all sorts of probably the people listening to this broadcast don't even know who Fred Astaire is. But
I don't. I'm not getting to generations here. Avinash Bora. All right, then he's quite the partnership breaker.
he's an olden day usher.
Okay, now you're talking. Actually, thanks. Sometimes comparisons help. 9 wickets for him. Just feel he could be very handy on the surface with the ball, sometime keeping low. He could just get those deliveries, skid through the surface. He does that time and again. Got to be really careful going on the back foot to Avinash Bora because he's more of a you miss, I hit kind of a bowler.
He's quite round arm, isn't he? No great pace, mix and match, but very round arm.
And here it is, right on target.
And that's the line you want to bowl on this particular pitch. You want to be straight, stump to stump. You don't want to get the ball wide of off stump. As soon as you get wide of off stump, players see that as width and they'll throw their hands at it. But stump to stump, every now and again, one keeps a little bit on the low side. You can trap someone LBW, bowl them, playing back.
Yeah, deep third comes in. Chipped in there, almost carried to the bowler. Not quite sure of Sompal Kami's tactics standing inside the crease over here. But that was so nearly a catch.
Some effort. Some effort.
And Avinash Bora knows it. So close yet so far. Yeah, there's a lot of changes happening in his bowling in the field particularly. You have 3 on the off inside the circle, 2 behind square, saving 1 at covers. There's a deep point, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square leg and a short find. Lovely, just rolling his fingers on this one.
So difficult for a bowler. I mean, any caught and bowled is tough because of the momentum that a bowler is going through. I mean, he has to change the direction of his follow through virtually at right angles to try and go away to his left. It was a lovely effort.
Yeah, you've got to move in the crease when you're a batter batting at this stage of the game just to create the angles to play all around the dial, and that's what Pawan Saraf has been trying to do. As a captain as well, you want to slip in a couple of overs to ensure that your main bowlers do come into play at a very crucial juncture, maybe the back 5. What do you make of this chase, HT? Good partnership, 34 of 33.
A very important partnership, but they're not scaring the scoreboard at the moment. It started at 8, if you remember correctly. At the start of the over, we're nearly at 8.5. So somewhere in there, they've got to find a 2 or just a boundary. Not necessarily every over, but the boundaries have dried up. And once that gets to 9, it can get out of hand very quickly.
Good start for Bora. He's conceded only 3 in his first. He's kept things very tight. 11 gone, 63 for 4. And a similar picture playing out here for the Yaks unless and until somebody plays a magical knock in the middle, particularly Pawan, who's looked good for his 26 and 23. Harmeet it is. Straight back at him and it's been taken. He's happy. He's ecstatic. Will have to depart. Soft dismissal for him. Yeah, but Harmeet Singh is the partnership breaker, drafted into the bowling attack, and he strikes in the very first ball.
You spoke about the best bowlers bowling at critical times, and Dipendra Singh Eri just felt that this partnership might have been getting a little bit too big for his liking, and so reintroduces his star, Harmeet Singh, and he obliges. Lovely little caught and bowl, that one straight to him. Sampal Kami's innings of 14 comes to an end. The Yaks, they are in trouble here, 63 for 5.
Gulshan Jha. That strike rate certainly will need a facelift. He's far better a batter for the strike rate of 110. But that's in the NPL career. Just goes to show that he's not had his moment. Could this be the night? Best of 49. They'll do with that score tonight if he can get there. Yeah, but he's up against Harmeet. All right, will he take on the left arm turn of Harmeet Singh early on in his innings, or will he bide time? Pavan at the other end, not much batting to follow. This man, Harmeet Singh, what a player to have in the side. Oh, that turned sharply. What a contribution Harmeet has made with bat and ball so far. Yeah, just tried to chip that. Didn't quite get underneath it. Maybe got a leading edge. Tried to close the face of the bat a little too early. And still to get off the mark is Gulshan. This is turning out to be a good start to the over number 12.
Squeezing here, squeezing on the Royals. We're at 9 now, required rate.
That's a whack. Irie almost got there. It needed a spectacular effort. He did that. Just couldn't have finishing touches. Wow. Brilliance in the field. Brilliance with the bat. Good all-round cricket.
Just felt as that was in his hitting area, but Irie was after it. And when you see that man running towards the cricket ball, there's no doubt that Gulshan Jha would have been thinking, oh no. But he finds the boundary.
I mean, just the kind of shot Gulshan Jha would have needed to just free his arms and just feel a bit of energy and blood in the veins going through quickly. I'm afraid there's not much of batting to follow from here on to put across the chase. You have Arjun, then Yuvraj, Nandan and Bipin. So ideally you want to believe Pavan and Gulshan will be the key over here. The stage, the occasion, the chase, the pressure, so much that comes into play for youngsters when they walk out in a crunch situation. He's such a smart operator with the ball, Harmeet. What an over this turned out to be. 5 runs and the wicket of Kami, 68 for 5. You'd want to believe another thriller is loading here. We saw a last over finish in the previous encounter earlier in the day. A low-scoring contest. Another low-scoring contest on the cards. But can the fielding side defend this as well? We saw Biratnagar do that earlier in the day, defending 135. And at the moment, the Royals look good to defend that. They have the markers on the Yaks at the moment. This man, so important at this stage for the Yaks. Almost carried, half chance, put down. Hemandami with a valiant effort. I felt it was always going away from him. He's a tall lad, so he had to stretch himself that extra bit. Bora's not impressed.
I'm not sure he expected this. I'm not sure at short third that he expected a catching opportunity because he's quite late to move to his right. In the end, it does look like a real good effort, but he's just a little late, just a fraction late in moving when he realizes, oh, hang on a second, this is a catch.
So much of catching and fielding is about anticipation. This one comes in sharply. Yeah, he's got that odd delivery that surprises the batter every now and then, HD, Abhinash Bora.
He went up for an LBW appeal, but very difficult for him to get the LBW to the left-hander from around the wicket, particularly with his action, the round arm action. You know, that's missing leg stump by at least another two stumps. The batter would have to play back, and it would have to hit him on about off stump for an umpire to give that out.
You're changing the field now. You have backward point, that's more of a catching position, shot third and shot fine. At this stage, you have to also think of targeting bowlers as a chasing side, HD.
You're looking at the bar 6 used. Dipendra Singh Air still has 1. Scott Kugelan, who bowled so well at the death, who only went for 5 in his 2 overs, he's got 2 left. You know, so there's plenty of options for the captain. Dami, I thought, bowled beautifully, got rid of Basisto, just got the 1 over. So, but you never want to bowl someone for, say, 3 overs at the back end, because batters will line you up.
A fuller delivery in the gap, beautifully struck. That's a gorgeous hit, and that'll race away for a 4. Gulshan Jha just showing his touch of class this evening. He has 2 boundaries. He's warming up. Could this be a special innings loading from his bat?
Well, so many have struggled to find timing. Gulshan Jha has come in and hit a super cover drive. He's hit a couple of strokes now. Not necessarily all of them going to the boundary, but it's made a very sweet sound off the willow.
Good point you make, HD. On this surface, to find timing and that sweet sound of leather hitting willow is a very rare sighting. This time it was clearly there and evident as well. He's looking good, Gulshan Jha. Yeah, that may have just got the under edge of the bat. Once again, the batter just about showing his bat to the umpire. Better to be safe than to be sorry.
Don't know. Scratch the bottom of the bat. If anything, missing leg stump. I think again the angle. But the players need to stop doing these things. The showing of the bat.
He's miscued this one. Fielder getting underneath. Taken. Lovely catch. That's Dhruv Parashar. The substitute fielder does a very fine job of it. Running in from deep point, and Bora strikes. Pawan has to depart. And this is a huge wicket in context of the game.
Great catch by a substitute fielder. So often a substitute will be sitting in the dugout watching, getting cold, and then he's asked to come onto the ground. And you might not be in the match and put that down, but not on this occasion. That's a very, very fine catch. Pawan hung in there. He went at virtually a runner ball, but now he goes for 27. The Yaks 77 for 6. So after this, so 7 overs from, so 4 from one side and 3 from the other. So 4 from that side, no, 4 from this side, 3 from that. So Kumar 2, so 1 more to be rolled from
A lot on the plate here for the Karnali Yaks. They've lost the top 6. They need another 63. Gulshan Jha is looking good, joined by Arjun Garthi. Best of 33. NPL career has not really taken off. Could this be the night where he can emerge hero for the Karnali Yaks? I feel this is the last recognized pair in the middle. I'm not seeing much batting to follow. Yeah, but what an outing once again. But Sudurpachim Royals, they have a man for every reason and every season over here.
Well, this is the third game. The third game where they've lost the toss and have been put into bat. They put on a big score in their opening game, defended that easily. Then a low-scoring game, which they defended. And now another low scorer. So, tough team to beat.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Gulshan Jha approaches. Look at Irie. Look at Irie. He's sprinting as if there's a 100-meter dash happening here in the ground. Great commitment.
We're 1,400 meters above sea level. How does he still breathe? The air is thin here. Well, this is what makes him so good, is that off his own bowling, he's an extra fielder.
What a competitor. Fierce competitor to have in the side. Captain's man, if he's not captaining, and a leader when he's captaining. Dipendra Singh Irie, the tiger. Every Nepal player here, a marquee player or a senior player, has a nickname. I'm getting to learn about it. Yeah, good start here for Arjun. And they'll need a couple of big hits. They don't want to leave too much for the end.
Well, this is Irie's last one. I would think that Harmeet will follow him, and then Dami will bowl probably 2 at the back end. It's from the other side where Avinash will probably bowl 1 more, and then Kugalan to finish.
Yes, quicker delivery. Dished out at some pace over here. More of a seam-up delivery.
Well, his name's in the hat for player of the match, isn't it? 3 wickets, vital runs when his team were in trouble again.
He gets a leading edge on this one. Go over the wicket-keeper. They'll get a couple of runs here. But this is not really going to help their cause. And in fact, Sudurpachim Royals won't be really perturbed about the way things are happening in the middle at the moment. Just the 1 wide. 81 for 6, the Yaks. He's bowling really well. Just coming into the left-handed batter.
That's the other thing that's been mightily impressive. Extras, just the 1 wide. You know, so often teams give away an extra over, an extra 2 overs in extras.
Got him! The quicker one breaches the defense of Gulshan Jha. Another cartwheel comes. We are seeing so many of it tonight. And the star, the superstar, Dipendra Singh Irie, is on a roll this evening.
That might very well be the ball game. The skipper brings himself on. They want Gulshan Jha. And the skipper says, I will do the business. I will get rid of the danger man. He gets it to slide on again. And the last of the big hitters, Gulshan Jha, goes for 13. The Yaks, they nearly done here. 81 for 7.
I'm afraid things are just falling apart here for the Karnali Yaks. Brilliant chase in the last outing of theirs where they won by 9 wickets and 46 runs. And today they're 81 for 7. Talk about sport being a great leveler. Nandan Yadav had a great outing with the ball early in the day. You would have never thought he would be coming out to bat at this stage. But such are the ways of the game that they present you with different opportunities and possibilities, and sometimes adversities as well.
And they're going for the jugular as well. Kugalan would normally bowl the last 2. He's on now. Dipendra Singh Irie said, I want this finished, and I want it finished soon. So he brings his main strike bowler back.
Quick. And they'll steal a single.
can't try and hit Dipendra Singh Airy's square of the wicket. He's almost played all around that, hasn't he? It's from around the wicket, it's going with the angle onto the stumps, and he just almost beats Gulshan Jha for pace. 4 for 23. What a night he's had. Well, they come in their thousands to watch him, don't they?
He's a smart operator as well, Irie. He sets up batters. We saw it in the last game as well, where he bowled a couple of nice, juicy deliveries that had some flight and guile, and then he had one just hurrying in. Tonight as well, he may have just set up Gulshan Jha. Got to use a lot of your mind, they say in sport. Yeah, just reminding Nandan and giving him a taste of his own medicine is Scott Kuggeleijn.
Well, the real danger for the batters on this surface is if you get caught in the crease. So the bounce is quite a good option, because what it does to the tail enders is it just says, look, don't just hop onto your front foot to me. So that's not necessarily a delivery that Kugelein's looking to get you out in. He's trying to get you to stay in the crease. Stay in the crease. Don't move your feet. And then he can trap you in there.
He's been a great addition in season 1 and a very, very good retention in season 2, Scott Kuggeleijn. That's got a lot of height. Fielder circling underneath, will take some catching. Oh, he's not able to backpedal. And the batter will survive. It is never going to be an easy catch. Deepak Bohra there was never in control and never in charge of this one. He was always just about moving helter-skelter, but never got underneath that.
The skill in taking these catches is understanding where exactly the ball is going to end up, because he almost had to turn and run a little bit. It was going to go too far for him to be able to backpedal quick enough. And by the time he got there, well, the dive had to come out, or should I say the fall backwards.
There's always an option. Instead of backpedaling, you can turn and then try running. Yeah, but that's, of course, all depends on that moment and the fielder's jurisdiction as well. He'll get a single. I quite like the way Irie just sets up batters. I guess he works to a plan. Now look at this. Nicely tossed up slow delivery. And this one was the quicker one that came in with a similar angle. Everything was similar, just that the length and the speed was wonderfully changed.
Hot in the mouth stuff if you're a coach and you're watching your star player do all those somersaults. Please land safely.
Yeah, I almost feel like telling him each time, Irie, be careful. Good change up. Now look at Irie. Each time the ball goes to him, there's a huge roar on the ground. Yeah, I heard Andrew saying that he'd like to sit on that Bajaj Pulsar someday to get to the ground. That's the next gen Pulsar power. Explosive, fast and unstoppable, just like Irie at the moment. A precision strike, clean and sharp, pure next gen Pulsar accuracy. Are you a two-wheeler fan? Would you like to just sit on that and get to the ground someday, HD?
Well, that looks all right. That looks all right.
Gets the toe end of the bat. This time it's been pouched. Deepak Bohra won't make a mistake. He's happy as well. Redeems himself with a nice diving catch to his right. Kuggeleijn gets the wicket. And Nandan Yadav will depart.
Kuggeleijn just keeps running in and hitting the wicket and hitting the wicket and hitting the wicket. Waiting for an error. He nearly had one earlier in the over. This one, it's the toe end of the bat, and Bohra says, this one, I'm not going to miss out on. Good catch. They've been exceptional in the field today, have the Royals. Nandan Yadav goes for one. The Yaks now 84 for 8.
Well, it's all but over for Karnali Yaks this game. Only travelling in one direction. It's been just thanks to the sheer brilliance of the men in yellow, led by Dipender Singh Airi. A couple of fantastic catches, but just the intensity that they play their cricket at is just phenomenal. And there's a reason why they'll be joint top of the table. 2 standout sides so far in MPL Season 2. Kings and the Royals, and it's hard to split them. Still aren't going to get that incredible final finish, are we? We're still waiting for the real classic. Nearly had it this afternoon, Fazil, but not yet.
Karnali Yaks winning the toss, electing to field first. I think that has to change a little. Perhaps the captains of the other teams will sit down and reassess the type of pitches that we're playing in now in the second week. Yuvraj Khatri, I've really been impressed by the way he bowls. Can he show a little of how he can bat as well? So maybe batting first could be the answer to the close games that you're talking about.
I like the way that they just are so full of confidence, whatever total they get, whatever position they're in. They have a winning mentality, the men in yellow. And really, this innings, this chase has never got going. Okay, Pawan Saraf and Sampal Kami did okay for the 5th wicket. They put on 34. But with that dismissal of firstly Sampal Kami and then Pawan Saraf, the game has just gone. Gulshan Jha, is he being held back too far? Potentially. And that's the equation. 55 to win off 26. Going to be a bridge too far, you'd imagine. And it's missing leg. No turn on offer. Been outstanding. The Royals, they really have. Yaks maybe a touch under par, but it's all really been about the captain, isn't it? Dipender Singh. So Arjun Gartry is really the last hope. He's at number 8, and it's Bippen who's come in at number 11 at the non-strikers end. Wicket off the final ball, and Scotty Kugelheim is going to be the man to bowl his 4th and final over. And starts with a cutter. For the Yaks, they're probably just wondering exactly where it went wrong. Let's get another look at the dismissal. The final ball for Harmeet Singh. I think for me, I don't know if we can get it just straight down the line, the original view. I just wonder how good a decision this was. Great reaction from Binod Bandari. Great to see him enjoying his cricket so strongly.